What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel for the I don't know what did I call it? The music out the music hour, the music and mayhem hour or something. I don't know.
The music
We're just
hour, which isn't quite an hour, or sometimes over an hour.
Yeah,
we're starting right on time today, so that's good. So
yeah, we're doing it anyway.
What happened to the other guest?
To the other guests. Well, I know. Kevin, I believe, has has other parental duties. Something I can completely relate to.
Yeah.
So yeah, he won't be able to be here right now. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get him on. If not, I was thinking what we could always do is we could always pre-record the show and premiere it here on the on the show on Sundays.
Yeah, but I like to see Captain Pennsylvania and interact with that guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's the one thing about doing it live is, like we could still partially do it that way too. I mean, we could pre-record part of it and then do other stuff later. But yeah,
like an interview segment or whatever. So,
yeah, but
it can be the Trailer Park News.
I was thinking we need to get somebody else on here. I was thinking we need to get Walker on here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should send him a link. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I hope you're all having a very good day today. So, as you know, we are here. My name is Trinity. Over here, he's on this side. This is my friend Rich. Today we're just going to talk about some music. If you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, anything specific, please let us know down in the comments. We'll be interacting with you all there. I see we got Captain Pennsylvania here, Brian the Observer. Echo Base Network says good afternoon, and Brian the Observer. Okay, Captain Pennsylvania says he's at work listening in. All right, thanks for listening in. Brian says new metal blows. See, and that's what I
agreed.
That's the thing is I don't like the term. I don't like the term anyway, but the one thing it does make me think is what would classify as new metal?
Exactly.
What exactly do you classify as new metal, and what exactly of it blows? Because I love Korn. Korn's great.
I have an answer for that question.
People.
If it's good,
huh?
If it's good, it's not new metal.
Okay, all right.
People want to call Deftones new metal? No, because guess what? They're good.
So Linkin Park is new metal.
But they have some songs that are kind of good, so that's not new metal, I guess you could say.
Okay. We're making
exceptions. It's just radio rock, whatever.
We're making exceptions now, huh? Okay. And Nirvana's good.
Mode Squad.
Nirvana's good too, then.
Yeah. They weren't new metal. They were grunge.
Kueball says, hi, y'all. What's up, Kueball? How you doing today, man?
Good.
Oh, wait.
Little sore, actually.
A dude of reviews says, yo. Brian the Observer says, line 6 is garbage. I don't even know who line 6 is. Sounds like garbage.
Yeah. Sounds like they're trying to be too...
Captain Pennsylvania says, I hope to hear something about Flip Mode Squad. Who's the Flip Mode Squad? Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah. That's Busta Rhymes, right?
Huh?
Busta Rhymes and the Flip Mode Squad?
Oh, is it? Oh, I don't know.
Google it.
Huh?
On the internet.
I thought on I Prevail, I like those guys. I like
that. Actually sounds like a good name.
Yeah, that is a great name.
I've never. Band? Is it like a hardcore band? It sounds like a hardcore band.
I've never heard them. It does sound like something that maybe more hard.
They sing about their hometown being shitty.
They could put the on it, the I Prevail, and they could be punk. Korn are the godfathers of new metal. Well, at least of new metal, they're definitely the good ones. They're definitely
they definitely brought in like the 7-string and the extreme down tuning and that sort of stuff, which spawned this whole other djent thing. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, or I don't know if I've ever heard any bands, but you hear about these djent.
Huh.
Bands.
I don't know. Did you ever listen to Brian Head Welch? Did you ever listen to his solo album?
No, I never did.
Oh, dude, it was good, man. It was good. It was a good album. And matter of fact, I got to see him play down at the Whiskey on Sunset. I went to see that show. I invited all kinds of people. Nobody wanted to go. Later on, my good friend Jaime, he's like, "Oh man, I wish I would have went to that show." I'm like, "Dude, I was trying to tell you. I'm like, you should have went with me," but I went alone, and it was a great time, and it was a really good show. And that album that he did is really good. I think they did like a second album too, but it was a little different. But yeah, Korn are definitely the godfathers of new metal, I would say. Curtis YZ says, "I want to talk about lullabies." We never talked about the music I like. Lullabies.
Well, like Lullabies you sing at night, or is there an actual band called Lullabies?
Yeah. Yeah.
There probably is.
Brian the Observer says Nirvana is grunge. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I was tossing, I wasn't saying that Nirvana was new metal. I was just saying that, no. I was just talking about Nirvana. Mm-hmm. Captain Pennsylvania says, Trinity, get in the game. Oh man, yeah. See, I don't know, like stuff I don't listen to. I mean, I don't know. That I haven't heard.
Flipmode Squad was about 20 years ago. So
I never really listened to much Busta Rhymes. I was never, that was. I don't know. I guess I just never really listened to. Busta.
Yeah, I had one of his. I had his hits album. The album that had the hits on it. The big hit.
You bought one of those albums?
Yeah. It's funny. It's the one where the world was going to end in 2000. It came out in 98, so I had that one. So it was fun to listen to. And then 2000 came around, and you found out he was full of shit, and the world didn't end.
Captain Pennsylvania says, "Give me Deftones, then." Yes, Deftones are the shit. They are great. And again, they're one of those bands too. I mean, they probably started off definitely as new metal, but you listen to them now, it's just like they're like one of those exceptions to the rule. You know what I mean? Like kind of like when like when a good band gets tossed in there with grunge, like Alice in Chains.
Yeah, exactly. Well, think of the thrash scene, and so Metallica came out of the thrash scene, but
right.
And maybe some people would call them thrash, but they're more of they've just kind of done their own thing. They're just Metallica, and Deftones are just Deftones.
Echo Base said they are hardcore. Check them out. Okay. And it sounds like I Prevail. Sounds, pretty, yeah.
No, I Prevail.
No, I Prevail. Versus them.
Yeah.
Good. Tom's Comics says, hello. Let's see. Brian says, Line 6 is a processor brand that kids learning to play guitar bought hook, line, and sinker. Processor.
Okay.
Brand.
So okay. Processor brand. So it's something where that everyone's like, oh, this is the sound. We've got to have this, and so everyone's buying it.
Oh, you know what?
There's the Digitech, and in different times there's different pedals.
I think the amp I have is a Line 6. Now that I come to think about it, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and I mean it works fine. I don't really use it much for guitars. Probably have used it for singing through. System of a Down is new metal. System of a Down is one of those bands like I like them. I like their first two albums, but like after that it was kind of like I don't know. Just I wasn't into them as much after the first two albums. But certainly that first album is great, man. System of a Down's first album. Let's see. Yeah, Extinction Level Event.
That's the one.
Deathlock. Deftones can be whatever genre they want. I mean, pretty much. Keely Chow, thank you so much for being here. Crappy distortion pedals. Oh, okay, yeah. Just tweeted you a video of I Prevail. All right,
cool.
A dude says, watched a YouTube video with Jonathan Davis in a record store. He's a massive funk fan, which I find surprising.
That fits. It fits, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Never use direct out on Line 6. Always mic the amp. All right. So yeah, I titled this thing the 90s rock, grunge, metal, and new metal and hip hop.
Oh, so that's why. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, because really, I mean, the '90s were a funny time in metal music in that way too, because we went from the phasing out of hair metal bands like the Poisons and
Their
even at
stock
that point
dropped
Motley
big
Crue was
time.
starting to fall off. And then it all started to become like there was some hard rock still going on out there. Thrash has always kind of been around there since the '80s doing its thing in the first place. But then I think around this time is when Metallica was changing. They started changing a
Yeah,
little.
yeah. They put out some. I think that what they should have done is just called it something else. the the Load albums, like their blues, whatever mainstream rock project, side project, they should have called it something else. So
Yeah, because I think what Injustice for All was that 91,
that was 88.
88? Okay, so then it was
Black album was 91.
Black Album was 91. Okay, I
Right.
thought I had that. I thought I had that not mixed up, but like the one yeah. And that was definitely a different change for their sound from even like Injustice for All, but even in Injustice for All was a little bit different.
Yeah, they cut down the length of the songs, and they cut down the amount of riffs. They had more simple radio friendly rock songs.
Yeah, definitely good though. Definitely good stuff though. I mean,
Yeah,
um, but
but
then
they
after
still had
that,
some kind of thrashy riffs. Holier Than Thou. That's great, classic Hetfield riff,
oh
rhythm
yeah,
guitar playing.
yeah, and
It's just
for
very simplified and broken down. They didn't have these big middle parts that they went into a slow down version and went acoustic, and then brought it back up to the heaviness. They just didn't do any of that stuff on that album.
yeah,
They didn't do any stuff like that until Death Magnetic again, I don't think.
yeah.
They
And
just
so it all started to transition like from just like that kind of stuff into and that's when like Nirvana came out on the scene, and they made grunge big.
Yeah, they certainly shook things up with when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out.
That
That
Burton
just
C.
changed
Bell
everything.
is in that video.
Yeah, I had heard that. That's a fact I always forget. He was he was in the crowd.
By the way,
Someone else was too.
Fear
Someone else
Factory is
was
better.
also.
By the way,
Yeah, yeah.
so Fear Factory is better.
Mm.
So what do you think? Like, do you like grunge music?
I love bands that are called grunge. The band that what's going on here? The band that I was talking about last week was Grunge Truck. They were in that scene. I really like Soundgarden. I like I pretty much like all the bands that were in the grunge scene, with the exception of I like Pearl Jam. But what's going on?
Nothing. Just listening.
Oh. Dude, the screen was just me. It freaked me out. I'm like, is there a tech? Because last week there was some technical issues. So, okay,
Was
is it
there?
just dead air? Is it dead air? Or something like that. But in any case, yeah, they're mostly Pearl Jam is a band that I really like the 10 album. Then the rest of the stuff after that didn't care for a whole lot. I didn't dislike, but I was never in the mood for it. And then other bands, I'd say Soundgarden, of course, Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Was an amazing singer, was one of my favorite ever. And
Yeah.
Alice in Chains, of course, Jerry Cantrell,
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorite songwriters, singers, guitarists, all around.
Yeah, and
musicians.
and I guess I like, there's a lot of bands from then. I wasn't really into it back then. I mean, like Nirvana, obviously, because that was all over MTV. But even a whole lot of it back then, I really wasn't into. I mean, I guess grunge was never really my thing. I mean, I guess I'd claim more new metal than I would grunge. But yeah, Soundgarden was definitely one of those bands out there too. I mean, while they were obviously part of that scene and everything, I kind of feel like they weren't quite that neither. But of course,
Who wasn't quite?
Soundgarden.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it comes down to basically something that I like wouldn't be grunge.
Yeah.
Just
and
like
it's just one of those
Deftones isn't
things.
new
There's
metal.
there's these new bands, and they all kind of sound different than what was before, and they're all kind of from Seattle, so we've got to call them all this. And so there's a box to put them in.
Thoughts on the new Tool album? The CD case is really on another level with the LCD screen and art book. I actually don't own it on physical copy. I actually just listened to it through the through the Amazon Music app. But I've only listened to it a couple times. I thought it was good. I mean, it just sounds
like Tool.
Yeah, sounds like Tool. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw them in San Diego last month.
Nice.
Fun show. They
who
interesting.
were you playing with?
The singer just hides at the back of the stage. It's really kind of weird.
Oh, was he?
But, yeah. He's got stage fright. It's been well known. Maynard has whatever. He just has this weird, whatever you want to call it. Whatever his aversion to being on the front. Being a front man is.
I was gonna say, I know when the 2 times I seen him, he was up on stage and he was like putting on a whole show. Like one of the shows he came out. Oh gosh, was that at Ozfest? I want to say it was at Ozfest when he came out and he was acting like one of those evangelical preachers on TV.
Yeah. Okay, I think I heard about that.
And
it could be one of those things where maybe he has that day where whatever he has. Who knows?
Brian said the Black Album is when everything changed for the worst.
I think the production value on that album alone is worth something.
Oh yeah. But I think I think I know what he's saying, because I mean this sounds like the bro conversation right there. It sounds, I think bro would highly agree with that. That is definitely when their sound changed a lot. Whether you think about it for the worst or not. I mean,
funny you're wearing that shirt, because then that's the album that Megadeth sort of came back with, like, oh, that's what we're doing now. Okay, here's this.
Right.
Which was a great album too. And Megadeth had like 2 or 3 great albums right after that. Then they had a couple
doozies.
Well, I don't know. There's that Risk album. I listened to it once and just really didn't like it. And it's known as being a horrible album. I should give it a chance.
Universally.
Yeah.
And
that was the only one that was a total dud for Megadeth, I believe.
Just to guess, you guys don't like Nirvana, but what about STP or Alice in Chains? Yeah, and it's not that I don't like. It's not that I dislike Nirvana. It's just like they're like. I think people make Nirvana out to be more than they really were. Like they're all right. But people are like, oh my god, like. Okay.
I think what turned out. I mean, not that I wanted Kurt to die or anything, but I think that it ended up working out pretty good, because Dave Grohl was actually, I think, a better songwriter. And I like his attitude better. Like, this whole, oh, it sucks to be rich and famous, and I don't want to do this. Okay.
You're supposed to do that up close to the camera. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing with, but and just the fact that also Nirvana, I really liked their albums. I was really a big fan of this, but I just got so tired of the radio. You can't go 5 minutes on the radio without hearing something off of Nevermind. It's just ridiculous.
And when it comes to STP, I like STP. They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And Alice in Chains, definitely love Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is great.
Mm-hmm.
Wish you could have seen him clear back in the day when Lane was still here, but hey, you can't win
them all. I was supposed
to.
I had a ticket for them, but he decided he wanted to do heroin.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all eventually do that.
Metallica came out and played like a few notes, a few bits of Man in the Box, and they're all out doing this while they're playing it.
Playing darts.
Yeah, no chill. Yeah.
I got invited to play poker at Jerry Cantrell's house by W. Earl Brown. Never got to make it though. Oh man, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
That would have been a good experience.
Heck yeah, and he's a great artist too, man. Like, yeah. Anybody who knows. That was Maynard's early days when he was at the front of the stage. Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, because
that's kind of weird that he went from being okay with it to not being okay with it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. But every time I've seen him, he was definitely putting on a show. There was definitely like he was up there like performing a like all dressed up and everything. So
Yeah, so it was a performance. A performance.
One by Metallica is such a good song.
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Oh, are we gonna get a strike?
Yeah.
Doing that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Right. Right.
Yeah, no, like you know what, like because by that point, like I was when that would have came out, I would have been a good 10 years old or so, and my uncle used to listen to all that stuff and used to hang out at my grandma's house, and they lived right next door to us, so got exposed to a lot of music by through him. And yeah, I remember when that came out, dude. Plus my cousin too. My cousin, when I go to his house, his brother, well, Eli.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Micah and Eli and stuff, they were into all that kind of music too.
That's
So
those are the guys that kind of exposed me to some of the metal stuff, like Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne.
right. Oh yeah.
And actually, Eli. I first heard Iron Man was Eli learning it on guitar. That's a little trivia.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say because I know that they were into all that stuff, man. I remember when I was growing up, so I heard it from like them. I heard it from my uncle, and yeah, so I guess I was exposed to a lot of, and they were they're older than me, by a few years. So I guess there was always those kind of those earlier experiences with that stuff. But yeah, I remember when Metallica came out. I remember like, holy shit, man! Like, dude, it blew my mind, bro. Like that was great. Especially because I grew up being a headbanger. Ain't no fist banging mania going on here.
Yeah.
Snowed Up Music and Entertainment says Jenner check. Woo! Yeah, man. Definitely. Thank you for being here. Snow Dub, Dave G is the shit. Yeah, Dave Grohl is.
See? He knows.
Yeah. What is the topic? Snow Dub music? It could be Snow Dub. Maybe one of these days we'll bring you on and have you come on and join the show with us. Radio always ruins music. Yeah, I remember back home. Remember there for a while, and there was like a pirate radio station out there.
I did a show on that once.
And they were playing all the music that the regular radio station wouldn't play.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath. I'm glad you put that. Yeah, Black Sabbath was Ozzy's prime days. His voice in those days was incredible.
Iron Man was a hit song before a hit movie. By a couple years. Only by a couple years. They copied it.
Mm-hmm.
They copied it in the movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then it was weird too, because we went into grunge metal through the 90s, and then all of a sudden, like, metal started making more of a comeback. There was the Panteras out there in the world who were trying to help keep metal alive.
Well, yeah, they were kind of simultaneously while that was happening, and they were the ones that were like saying, no, we're not going down. We're going to be heavier. We're going to be meaner. We're going to be faster every time.
Yeah, because what was
that was a good thing.
What would Cowboys from Hell been? 90, 91?
I think that was 91. 90 or 91.
No, it says right here.
I think
90.
1990.
Hey, that's crazy. I had the CD set in there. Isn't that weird?
Oh, wow.
That's kind of weird.
It's almost like you moved the conversation to something that you were wanting to talk about.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think it was out for a while before it really got traction, though. I think is what happened with that, because I don't think I was really listening to it until 91, and then right after that, Vulgar came out, which was 92, I believe.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and Vulgar. Yeah, it says Vulgar was 92, and Vulgar is quite a step up from even what Cowboys from Hell was. You know what I mean? As far as like the intensity and everything, but Cowboys from Hell is still one of those albums, dude. Like, I listened to it, I'm like, dude, this album is so damn great.
Mm-hmm.
It's before they went, with I guess more like that aggressive sound, and sped it up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't even like a thrash band on Cowboys from Hell. They kind of were, but it's sort of, I don't know. It's kind of hard to, like, it's a sign of a great band. It's hard to categorize.
Right.
Yes, it's metal, but what subgenre of metal would you call it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's there. It's Pantera metal.
Because it's got that southern twang to it. You know, got their little, you know, their Texas in there, and just like, dude, I don't know, it's like really great stuff. And then they actually just changed from one album to the next. And you know, I think that's one thing that's I'm not sure, do bands still do that these days, like the home videos? You know what I mean? Seems, you know,
They just put stuff up on YouTube is what they've been doing the past several years, I think.
Huh? Because you know, Pantera had those 3 they did, and those, you know, kind of chronicling all their antics.
Yeah, those are legendary. Those were legendary. I was on one of them, by the way.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, you were actually, huh? Well, which one was that? Was that the?
That was the first one.
The first one?
Yeah. I was. If you guys, it's a real quick flash. They made it out to where it's gonna be some big deal, like we were gonna be featured in their home video. But I happened to be living in Texas at the time, in Fort Worth. And they had some radio contest. They had some contest where the radio station gave away a car, and it was some old beat up piece of shit car. And so the Pantera went there to play, but it was just Phil wasn't there. It's just Dime and Rex, and help me out here now, damn it. Anyway, they did a show and they played. They did a show in front of the car, and all of us got on top of the car and smashed it to hell. So that was fun. So that's what was in the home video, but it was like a 2-second flash. But I was one of the guys on top of the car destroying it for the winner. So I did my part.
Oh man, people get in trouble for that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly some cool stuff, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually got their glossy, and I got them to sign it.
Nice.
They're signed glossy, and I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it went. That would be valuable now. I mean, a dime bag signature.
Hell yeah. He was Dimebag, man. If you think about it now, like, I guess you could say he was really one of the first great vloggers. Because that's what them home videos were, essentially, for the most part. A lot of them were, just stuff that.
But it was just them being drunk and doing dumb shit, though.
And then they added just other footage to it, really. Yeah, it was just great stuff. You know what I mean? I remember some of the others I remember watching when I was growing up were like the David Lee Roth. Wasn't it David Lee Roth? They had some of the home videos that he had.
I know he had some out. I'm not familiar with him at all, though.
Yeah, I remember seeing those, and a lot of them were, you know, you could see in like the, you know, they like, because they put the music videos in there too, and somehow like some of them would kind of all tie together into longer scenes and everything. It was, I don't know, weird. Definitely some cool stuff.
My doctor said I need more fiber. What was that? Something like that. Or a doctor said I need a laxative. There's the elongated version of one of the I think it was Yankee Rose, this big huge fat woman in the convenience store, walking in there yelling and being a real bitch to the employee, and the employee's like some Middle Eastern guy or whatever.
Yeah, those were great, man. Those were just like classic videos, dude.
Yeah. Again, a lot of stuff you can't get away with these days, unfortunately.
Would you consider Breaking Benjamin new metal? Thoughts on them? I never listened to them. I've heard the name. I can't say I've ever really listened to their music, though.
I think they're pretty mellow, right? They're like 3 Days Grace or Nickelback, or I don't know.
Never listened to them.
They're one of those band names that I really can't think of a song by them, but I know I've heard them, and I know they've been on the radio. And
yeah, I was gonna say I know I've heard of them, just never heard them.
There's a no passing zone, no passing line on them because they're middle of the road.
Captain Pennsylvania says love Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, I was saying, I don't know. Maybe if I heard one of their songs, I might have heard it somewhere, maybe before. I don't know, because I never really listened to in the new millennium. I haven't really listened to the radio much. Me too. Captain Pennsylvania. Some comic hunter says, "Dang, my YouTube messing up. I can't see videos after the last update. What the hell? Huh? It happens, man. YouTube's crazy.
Call your congressman.
A dude review says, saw an awesome Ramones cover band last night. Closest I'll ever get to the real thing, unfortunately.
Did they dress up?
Huh?
Did they dress the part? Were they wearing leather jackets?
It's just a cover band, dude. It wasn't an homage band.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Leonard Skinner, Pink Floyd, and Robert Palmer. If you don't know who they are, you need to. Oh, I probably palmed her plenty of times to those videos when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chin or chin.
You might as well face it. Yeah. Yeah,
Woo!
they did call it groove metal. That was sort of the thing that they were kind of pioneering. But you know what? Actually, you can't give all the credit to Pantera for that, because Prong, right around that same time, they took the thrash thing and they kind of broke it down to just like the groove, the catchy groove kind of feel of it. So I would have to say that we'd have to look at which album came out first, but the Prove You Wrong album and actually, Prove You Wrong came out before Vulgar Display of Power. So I would have to say that Prong maybe kind of influenced their writing decisions at that time to go that direction. So it's an argument to be had for another day.
Yeah. Aggressively Relaxing says, I have been thinking about Breaking Benjamin lately. I don't know why. Anyway, going to read a Marvel comic now. Awesome,
Very
man.
good. Very
Dude,
good.
aggressively. Yeah. Did you read that new Spider-Man comic book? The new Spider-Man was great. I finally read Gwen Stacy as well. Finally read that one. I finally read Gwen Stacy. I think I pretty much got caught up with a lot of my books this weekend. Finally got caught up with Arrow. I'm all caught up on Swordmaster. Caught up. I think I need to catch up one issue on Captain America. But yeah, man.
Have you read the new Darth Vader? The new Darth Vader.
Yeah, I did read the Darth Vader as well. I did read that one. Thought that was pretty good. Padme's alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where are they going with that? That's cheesy. Okay. You all right, bro? I love hip hop more than anything, but you have to appreciate all music.
Sorry, my camera must have froze.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. I like that. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to, but you should.
If you know what, honestly, if you love music, you probably do appreciate all music, whether you like it or not. Is a different story.
Right.
Yeah,
it's true. I can appreciate the difficulty of playing jazz, but it's just not something I would like to listen to.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Definitely. Curtis YZ says, I don't like hard, loud rock much either. I like more deep lyric, slow, intricate type of rock. Okay.
All right. Good.
Fair
so
enough.
Steve Wilson.
Dope Jason X poster.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
No, I guess nobody knows the Frank Millers.
Yeah. Maybe they. Someone probably did. Surely, come on. This is comic book stuff.
No. This is.
Why I have the camera set this way instead of over there with my Ninja 3 poster.
No, this is music time though. All the comic book people, they're over on hanging out on Just a Rican and his comics channel with the comic community shout outs. That's where that's where the comic community is.
They have to expand their horizons. Not all comics. Sometimes you got to talk about music and movies. I've been trying to talk to you about Star Wars, but you don't want to do that. So
not really. Snowdub says 9 Inch Nails, not exactly rock, but in my opinion, Trent Reznor is a musical genius. He's pretty good.
I appreciate the guy. I myself didn't listen to a lot of the 9 Inch Nails albums, but I didn't dislike them. I've heard them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, there's some of the songs I really like. Some of them I'm just,
Yeah.
No such thing as underground anymore. Well, that's because technology. I think that comes down to really these days too, like record labels. I mean, it's the same thing with whether you think about movies, comic books, music, anything, any of these industries these days. Like the way technology is now, everybody has such instant access to it. I mean, do you need to, go release a major studio album? Or can you find a means to get that all done yourself and still come out with a quality product?
I mean, Look at what happened with
product.
It's been 10 years now or whatever. But look what Justin Bieber did. He was just like doing YouTube videos. Wasn't that how he got his start?
I have no clue. Apparently you do though.
I think it's. I don't know. I know now he looks a lot. He looks like an old trucker or something now. So.
But yeah, underground anymore. I mean, it would just have to be people who are just out there doing a street level, not doing no recording or nothing, just walking around the block spitting. Snow Dev says Lil Peep was about to change the game before he died. His song "Bother Me" was amazing. I don't think I ever heard that one. Never heard of Lil Peep. Never heard of him. Cake? Anyone? Cake. Isn't that a band?
Yeah. I was gonna make a smart comment because sugar and you can only have so many calories in a day. And trying to watch my figure, blah blah blah. But yeah, I can't. I remember the album. I think it was a mid '90s deal when their first album came out, and I think they did have a hit on the radio. I can't think of what it was. Why don't you let us know what their one hit was? Because I know you know what it is.
It was Lump.
What's that?
Lump.
Oh yeah, Lump.
No, that was the presidents of the United States.
Was that? Oh, okay. See?
It was I'm Too Sexy. I do the reviews.
They didn't dress up, unfortunately.
They didn't dress up, unfortunately, but the tunes were on point. Okay, yeah.
Right. Ramones were a great fun band.
Cover band, not homage band.
Yeah, I would go to a Ramones cover band because it's just fun.
Perp Minded says, Snow, I'd have to say Lil Peep and Extension. I don't know. Was on something different. I was gonna say I never heard of those. I never heard of them. Never heard of them. You're bringing up some crazy stuff I never heard of before. I've not read Spider-Man yet. Breaking Benjamin has an advertisement on the back of every Marvel. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. They do. They have that ad on the back of the comics. I've seen that.
Do you have one handy that you could show us?
Gee, Richard, I'm willing to bet you that I do.
Aura.
No, we're not sponsored by Breaking Benjamin or Marvel.
Yeah, they need to send us some shillings for this right here.
Yeah. There we go. You're right.
We just exposed their band to 20 more people.
Yeah. Yeah. At least. So let's see. Okay, read Spider-Man. It's good. Padme ain't alive. It's some Force thing. It's probably one of those stand-ins.
Yeah.
Remember, she had a stand-in.
Yeah, you know what? I actually thought that might be where they went with it too. They had cloned her one time. Ooh.
Yeah, she had a stunt double. They went full Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Aggressively
I like
relaxing
good songs in every genre.
Songs in every genre. Check out the Butcherettes. The spirit of rock and roll lives in that band right now.
Didn't someone recommend that last week?
No. You're thinking of the Black Plague. No. Darth Plagueis. No.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I added it. Oh my God, you haven't heard Little Peep, bruh? No, I haven't. I know I'm the worst. X10 Nation. Oh, X10 Nation. Okay, X10 Nation. All right. Kinky rock inspired Latin vibes music, very modern for its time. Okay, I remember Puya.
Oh, I Will Survive. Okay,
I remember Puya. Sent you a link on Twitter. Yeah. Awesome. Song is Awful Things Not Bother Me. Okay. All right. Let's see. Give it up for Little Peep. All right. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to check it out.
So Curtis was asking if Steven Wilson was any good, and the answer is he's sort of like in a way, he's very heavily inspired or influenced by Pink Floyd. You can hear that in his music. So take that, But he's a great songwriter, and it's thoughtful lyrics. Something you probably get into based on what you
Steve Wilson. Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound familiar?
Porcupine Tree.
Huh.
Yeah. He was a singer, main guy for Porcupine Tree, but he's got solo albums too.
I'm pretty sure it's who I'm thinking.
Check out Hand Cannot Erase. If you want to get into that guy, then you'll probably if you don't like him after listening to that, then you probably won't like him.
Huh. All right. Okay, yeah, okay. I think we're almost caught up on the chat there.
The Butcherettes.
Yeah, little people died right here in Tucson, where I live, a couple years ago now. Oh, okay, all right.
No,
I
maybe
know. I
my
heard.
friend.
I know. I
Yeah.
heard of
Okay.
sugar free. I heard of sugar free. Yeah. The trumpet and I will,
Dead.
for example. Okay. Yeah. Um, took some bad Xanax with fentanyl. Fentanyl.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't do any of those things, especially prescription pills. They're not good for you. They're not good for you.
They kill your liver and kidneys. They just, yeah. It's not like drinking beer. Drinking beer is okay for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And God, what else? Where else did they go? I think 90s was around the same time when the new metal started popping on the scene too. Because I think like Korn's first album was that would that have been 90s? Was that 96?
Yeah, I think it's 95.
Was it 95?
I'm pretty sure.
So that was halfway through the 90s, and it had already seen such quite a few things change in just that amount of time.
Right.
Let's see. What we got here? Like,
Cake is the best.
When was Machine Head's first album? Well, Burn My Eyes was 94.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That is an incredible album. Metal people, if you haven't discovered that one, you're really
yeah. Yeah, Machine Head is Korn's
first.
We
haven't talked about them much because I don't care much for what they've been up to the last several years.
What do you mean?
The politics and the music suffered because of it, I'm pretty sure. Don't do this.
Oh.
I don't have much to say about them. They didn't excite me. Last several albums of theirs I listened to. So that's just me.
Oh, are you trying to say because are you trying to say that it's because Rob Flynn is a bleeding heart?
Yeah.
Has bleeding heart left.
In fact, here's an example of something he did that off "Burn My Eyes." The one of the biggest songs off of there that they were always played. What had that in the chorus? Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast. And he's such a stupid liberal that he decided at one point that he's not going to sing that. He's not going to do that song anymore because, we need gun control. Just get the fuck out of here with that shit. But then again, just like a year after that, we can't cuss.
You're going to get me demonetized, bruh.
but just then like the next thing I remember hearing about him was doing a show and him playing that song, and that like it was nothing. Like, oh no, it's cool now. It's just keep it out of your like. I follow Corey Clark on Facebook, and he's been posting, the singer for Warrior Soul, and he's always been political, and he's been posting about pro Bernie stuff. And it's just like, I just want to listen to your music. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, so it's I kind of feel like you're saying that most of these people like people should avoid talking about stupid political BS when they talk to the media or they hop on their Twitter.
Yeah, I think they should. They should ban that.
Like,
you know what we need to do?
Like people like you might actually listen to their music still had they not done and said something stupid online.
I don't know. In the case of Machine Head, I even before I was aware of his politics and all the stuff he was saying, before that, like the albums just didn't appeal to me as much. Burning Red was an incredible album. Their debut album, Burn My Eyes, was an incredible album. But there was one in between there that was pretty good too, I think. And then the one after that, it just seemed like it got progressively less and less interesting to me for whatever reason. Which happens.
Yeah, well, and maybe it became because at one point, I think sometime after God, which album was that? God, Through the Ashes of Empires, like that album right after that, they started doing like 12, 13, 15, 20-minute songs.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't help neither. Like, I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. What are some? Let's get back on some more comments here.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Why is this? Okay, there we go. There are humans who don't like blind melon. Disgusting. My wife loves blind melon.
No, I
Here we
like
go.
my melons being able to see. Thank you very much.
Palaniuki. Did I say it right this time? I don't know. In the 90s, they saw. Huh? Oh.
You have to wait for them to chat and say yes. Okay.
In the 90s, they saw live Brian May, Guns N' Roses, Lenny Kravitz, Blind Melon, Garbage, Daft Punk, Ben Harper, Suicidal Tendencies, and many others. Great music year. Yeah. Yeah, the night.
Brian May. That would have been interesting. I don't know if he plays much anymore, but he is. I thought he was just as important a part of Queen's success as Freddie was. So,
oh yeah, Brian May.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally, totally.
His guitar tone and his solos and his writing was incredible.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
ST.
I saw him. Actually, I saw him at a Lakers game. Did I ever tell you that? I sat like a row ahead and about 10 seats over from Brian May. You could tell because his hair was out to here.
Huh.
He could see him a mile away. Oh, okay.
Nice. Yeah, it was just so mixed so well. Yeah, definitely. The 90s. Fenrir Fire says Porcupine Tria Fear of Black Planet is my favorite. Oh, Fear of a Black Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. That's a Porcupine Tree album. Yeah, God, I'm gonna have to look this up here real quick. I have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds very familiar. Opeth's Damnation.
I think In Absentia. I think it's my favorite of theirs. In Absentia. I think. Okay.
Palanwiki says, "Oh yeah, I still listen to their albums. Fantastic." Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. Cake is a country band.
Okay. Hey, it could be. I don't know.
All great bands except Blind Melon. Oh yeah, here we go.
We're getting a comment war going on.
A dude who reviews knows what's going on.
Yeah, he's familiar with it. Good. Or he's just repeating what we said.
Blast. Good stuff, man. There are humans. Oh, okay. Yeah, we already seen that one too. Palanwiki says, well, I was lucky he was in trial for peeing on his audience during shows. True story. So he couldn't do it. I learned after that. Oh, are you talking about the Blind Melon thing? Maybe. Y'all heard Nick Drake? One guy and his guitar and drugged out his mind. 60s, really good in my opinion. I don't think I ever heard of Nick Drake. I don't know.
I saw a. Oh, go ahead. I just hated that song with the little girl and
because it drove me nuts. Oh man. No Rain. Yeah, Blind Melon is crazy good. There are live versions on YouTube that are simply the highest level. Huh. Mm. Nice. Do you guys miss being on stage as much as I do, or do you guys still do shows? I haven't done a show since the 90s easily.
Yeah. To be honest,
fun, man. It's really fun. like yeah. When I went and did it, like I'm one of those people who lives in the nervous zone, like people get butterflies or whatnot. Like, even when went to some of the bike races, there's one of the guys I ride with, he said he would get jitters and everything. He's just like, just like all his nerves and everything. He's just like he didn't, he felt sick and he didn't like it. And I'm like, I live in that zone. I love that feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's like
remember, chaos is a ladder.
Yeah. I was gonna say it makes me feel alive. So it's something. I mean, I only did it a few times, but I got to tell you, it was great. It was great.
Right.
Definitely great. But
I don't miss all the goes. I don't miss all the goes into it
more than me.
Yeah.
Performing for a crowd or rocking a show is better than sex. It is. Unless you can do both at the same time.
You don't get child support out of it either. So.
Yeah, unless you can do both at the same time, which Lynn Straight from Snot did, and he got in a lot of trouble for that.
Oh, really? On stage, huh?
Well, he was getting a blowjob from
See, you're trying to demonetize yourself too. Talking that shit.
Aggressively relaxing says life will always have the volume at 75% after you have performed live music, and then stop. Echo Bass. Have you tried drinking?
Exactly. It helps. It helps.
I'm a
mountain biking
DJing club since 11 years. I know it never gets old to me. Yeah. Yeah. Nerdy Blurb TV says, yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Not much. What's up, Ryan? Dude, the video premiered right as we were starting this show, man. So I still got to go back and watch the review. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV's latest video that just dropped, The Fandom Initiative, Part 4. Go check it out. I can guarantee you it's a very good video. Ryan is a very great video editor, and well, he's just a badass. So go check it out. And if there's no links there, you can go down, scroll down to the very bottom of the description of this video, and you will find a link to his channel because he does the intro that I use for my videos.
Check out Snowdub Music, everybody.
Yeah, and check out music on Snowdub's channel as well. He's definitely got some. He says most popular song is "Go Hawks." Got a big crowd involved for the music video. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Pretty good video too, guys. And he actually there's one that he did with his friend too. That's like some like 90. It reminds me of some like early Cottonmouth Kings kind of shit, and it was great. Huh?
I was trying to do a Cottonmouth King impression. That guy.
It was really good. Have you talked about Tool? Such an incredible band, and Pussifer.
Yeah. I had a Pussifer album. I don't really remember much about it.
Huh?
It was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard of it.
It was
But yeah, Tool's a good band. I remember, like. I think I just probably first heard of them, just seeing videos on MTV and everything, seeing the crazy trippy videos and everything. Yeah, I always thought they were a cool band, and luckily, I got to see them twice back in the day, back in the 90s. Both times I seen them would have been in the 90s, so got a chance to see them back in the day. Definitely
Spirit of Seattle, huh? Where if you wanted to get that spirit again, you know where to go, right?
Where?
Seattle.
Oh.
Spirit of the 90s.
No, you're thinking of Portland.
Oh, Portland. Yeah, Portland. Spirit of the Portlandia. I ruined the reference.
Yeah. Okay, dang it. Let's see. Murder Ballads by Nick Cave, one of my most important albums of the 90s. I don't think I ever heard that one. Never heard that one. You heard that one?
No, Nick.
Cake has some country aspects. Some song. Okay. Well, listening to some Janis Joplin earlier. Powerful singer. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Some good old 70s music there.
60s.
Yeah, I guess I would, because I'm saying like, wait, that might be 60s. Yeah. I like 60s and 70s music too. All kinds of different music from around those times too. Because I don't know, I like a lot of different music. There's even some country music I like.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of Motown or soul or R&B or whatever, but I got to give them credit for they had a great sound. They had a great sound in the 60s and 70s, and they stopped doing whatever happened with that scene went away eventually.
Yeah. Tool's amazing. Went to see their concert in Salt Lake City in December, and they're coming back, and I may shell out another 100 to go again. Hey, might as well, man. Take it when you can, Tool rocks, especially the early stuff. Definitely. Snot were so good. Loved that album. Absolutely. Like, I think Snot was going to kind of do for music at that time what Pantera did for the rock scene back in the early 90s. Because at that point, like the regular kind of like that kind of rock was kind of dying out a little bit, and their album came out, and it was like, damn, like okay, like it was great. It was like it was a good punch in the face, and then it was gone just that fast.
And the dude died. I don't recall like being that enthusiastic about Snot. Like, okay, they're okay.
Oh, I was that enthusiastic about it.
Yeah. Remember everyone around us, including you, everyone around me, including you, were really into it. And I was like, oh, it's I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought it was a great album. It was a really good album. Yeah, Tool's music is incredible, and I love all about the visuals between Alex Gray and 3D artists and their guitarists who work on special effects. He worked on Jurassic Park. Nice.
Okay.
Gee, what
unreal.
What a god. BJ on stage. Yeah, it was during I want to say that was during Ozfest, and it was Limp Bizkit they had this big old prop toilet that they had on stage, and it had a lift on it, and he was there in the middle of the toilet getting a blowjob, and he got lifted up on the stage during the middle of Limp Bizkit's show. He ended up getting kicked off the tour.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He was kicked off the tour for I think like a couple of shows. It wasn't like the whole tour, I don't think, because when we seen him, he was there. Also love early Sublime. That's that's one we didn't really talk about. What do you think about Sublime?
I don't.
Yeah,
they're one of those bands that I always heard the name and didn't know who they were. And then like years later, oh, that song, that's Sublime. Like, oh well, I don't know, just something kind of half-ass reggae shit. I don't know. I don't care for it.
Yeah, I wasn't really big into them. I mean, I knew who they were and knew the name and the songs and everything. I wasn't really big into them. I mean,
yeah, for whatever reason, they had their hits that I didn't like I guess dislike per se. But
Santeria, you don't like Santeria?
You know what I think they are? I thought they were just made for the Dave Mirra game.
The what?
They were just recorded for the Dave Mirra game, right?
Probably.
The BMX game.
Yeah.
And that and I'm the ambassador. Ambassador.
And they're all for Tony Hawk.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was Tony Hawk. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Hawk, man. Thanks for the plug, Tony. Oh yeah, for sure. Born and raised in Seattle. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. I'm going to get a content strike for even saying that shit, man. Damn it. Shouldn't have done it.
Phrase.
Yeah, for saying that phrase. Oh, man. That's funny. Radio ruined Sublime for me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that radio ruined just about anything.
I'm sure if you were a Sublime fan, I'm sure it's the same thing with Nirvana with me, where I'm just like, I don't ever want to hear Nirvana. I don't need to hear them anymore. I've listened to them enough. I've gotten all I need to out of them.
Yeah, definitely. Aggressively Relaxing says, I wish Tool's new album had been really poppy and talked about how nice it is to be creatively fulfilled and mentally stable because they used metal to work through their issues. Aggressively Relaxing is so, dude, I'm telling you, if you guys aren't subscribed to Aggressively Relaxing's channel, you guys have to go check out his channel, because this right here, what he's saying right here, this is like typical Aggressively Relaxing, because he's fucking hilarious. All right?
Okay. We're going to.
So go check out his channel, because this is what you get.
Mm-hmm. When you meet strangers in the park.
Oh, man. Dude, I'm dying right now. That's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's catching up to me. Yeah, man, go to sleep. Yeah, go to bed, Tommy. Shit, go to bed. I don't like country generally, not even the cake ones. They only have a few though. They still all right because it's cake. They came out of Sacramento. Okay, yeah, no, I think for
Ween did a country album you should check out.
It's George Strait. This guy over here, he likes Conway Twitty.
Nah, no, but I do like the Man in Black.
New Tool lyrics. Our side bands and businesses are doing great. We all own land on a lake. Our kids go to a nice school, so we wanted to say thank you. Jackson Johnson-esque acoustic guitar solo.
Yeah, Jack Johnson-esque. Okay. Yeah. Happy people.
You mean like Sober was not made by happy people? Oh man.
That was an incredible video. You know what? They put a lot of money into videos back then. Think about the animation, how expensive it was to make that damn video. That's incredible.
Yeah,
People
definitely.
don't do that.
Yeah,
people don't do that anymore.
They just back in the days.
Yeah. They just rent a Lamborghini and get some models in bikinis.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if they do that now.
Yeah, there was some other bands, back in the 90s that were coming out with great groundbreaking shit too, man. You guys ever heard of Aatrox?
There we go. Now we're talking.
Aatrox is let's see if I can get the glare down on that a little bit. Aatrox was a great band. Great band out of the 90s, man. Hailing from the Midwest.
Little known. You have to be a real fan of music to dig these things up.
All songs 1996. Yeah, it was a great band.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of some dudes come together to do some great music.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, another one right there.
There we go. Now we're talking.
We got some hardcore.
These were the people that sold out humongous stadiums back in the 90s.
Yeah, Cleveland.
And literally killed their audiences.
Yeah,
that's why you don't hear about them.
They literally slayed the audience, like literally.
That's why no one remembers them.
They literally killed them with the songs like "The Killing of Worthless Animals."
Mm-hmm.
Bands can't say that kind of stuff these days.
Right.
Bands can't say those kinds of things these days. You say something like that, they're going to kill you on Twitter. They're going to cancel you.
They were fighting against political correctness. Back when it first trying to nip it in the bud, but unfortunately the beast.
Yeah. So you can't have songs called the Killing of Worthless Animals anymore.
Yeah.
Throwing bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Songs like Throwing Bolts. Flesh Feast.
Flesh Feast. Yes.
That's
feasting on flesh. That was I believe was their statement against vegetarianism in general.
Yeah. Ignorance.
We need to feast on flesh.
Yeah. Ignorance.
Foundation of society.
Yeah. Then we also got Judicial Death, aka Judicial. Bah!
I was gonna say it's more well known as Judicial.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, these
is Fat Eye Blues on there?
Huh?
Is Fat Eye Blues on there?
No. This is that. I think that was the album before this.
Oh, this is the live album. Yeah, this is the live album. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, just good stuff, guys. Good stuff. And they're really kind of, I don't know, how would you say? They're not quite I don't know what kind of music to describe them as.
Well, they play a little rock and roll and a little death metal, and they kind of mix it up between the two.
A little rock.
Blues rock.
Yeah.
Blues rock feel, definitely blues rock feel to those guys, but then they come out with a total death metal song.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Just really good stuff. Really good stuff.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah. So
I wonder where those guys are.
Okay, let's see. What else is Aggressively Relaxing says, I think my thing for the perfect, I think my favorite thing Perfect Circle ever did was the cover of Lennon's Imagine. John sang it hopeful and Maynard sung it with disdain for how shitty humanity is.
I need to hear that. I think I need to hear that. Yeah. Perfect Circle is another band that just like I know exists, and I know the music's good, and I've heard some of it, and I want to buy it, and I just haven't. Whatever. One of many.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, looks like we've hit about an hour.
I've got my appointment in 5 minutes with my daughter.
Okay.
So I've got to go. You can keep doing the show, but I got to go.
No, I think we're good.
You guys can keep commenting.
Yeah.
What homework should we give them for the next week, or questions should we ponder for next week for them to come up with an answer?
Yeah, I don't know. Or what would you guys like us to talk about next week? Hopefully next week we can get our guest here on the show. Even if we have to hold the show on a different slot, a different time slot, we might do that.
No, I'm only giving 1 to 2 on Sunday. That's it.
No. You'll do it when we say. You'll do it. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want us to cover, want us to talk about next week, anything, please let us know. Like I said, and really that's really the kind of the whole point here of, like, I guess these first handful of episodes, as we kind of build the show up to what it's going to be, is just kind of letting you know who we are, what music that we're into when it comes to these different things. So like I said, definitely,
I did have kind of a story I wanted to tell, but
yeah, go ahead.
I'll have to no, I'll have to wait for next week. It's a big subject, but it's very important.
Next week, folks.
Yep. Be tuned for next week. It involves my ski trip yesterday, in which I twisted my knee.
So. Yeah. So make sure you guys pay attention. Thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Second Street Marvel. You can go there.
Keep the horns up.
Suggest topics. You can even get a hold of me on the About section here on the channel. You can come back and leave comments here in the comment section on this video. But you all have a very good day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Later.
Peace.